Hey everybody, this is Grace, and yeah, you're probably going to hear the air conditioner. We're still in the heat wave here. I know a lot of people are in north central Texas, north of Dallas. I got my SUV and it's at 103, and it was like a minute or two afternoon, somewhere around there. Afternoon. Okay, that's really hot, really early. Right now it says, well, it went down from 101 since I said that to 100. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a hot one. Okay. Really a hot one. But I'm going to get us something to eat. Even though I just said in a video yesterday, I was so glad that I didn't have anywhere I needed to go. And Adam said, I told Adam that too. And he said, you know yourself. You know yourself better than that. Hey, I did it for much of 2 years. So, yeah, because of, 2020 and my health conditions. So, yeah. Okay, I came out here with a topic on my mind. Came out, got my SUV with a topic on my mind, and it flew out real fast. Yeah, I've had a lot of topics on my mind lately, and some of them I was talking about my experiences that were really bad experiences with healthcare professionals. Again, it's not like it never has happened before, but it's just been increasing over the past however many years. And last night I was thinking, I made that video public about the ER, and I didn't really say much about my own, and I don't think I want to. I do have a channel that I had been making videos on, like I said, and I linked a couple of the videos to those two, I think, and so I'll leave them on that channel because of the date that they were uploaded, and I think I still have a couple to upload, and I'll just put them on there, make them public on that one. And that one is a variety. It really is a variety. I need to go on that lane. But yeah, it's one of the host situations. There were so many, and it's like trying in my own mind to go through each one and settle it, in my mind, because I know with people like that, there's not going to be any closure through them. There's not going to be an apology. There's not going to be them doing the right thing, and I was not wrong. That doctor still hasn't called me, and that says a lot about them. Please don't move all the way up so I can see. Can't see. So, and to tell you the truth, I really wasn't expecting it. That would be doing the right thing. So, and that was not what I detected from that office at all. From that practice. No, just wasn't. Yeah. They had done too much too wrong, and maybe they know that, like I told that front desk clerk, I recorded them, so who knows what's going to come of that. But anyway, yeah, I'll just keep them on that. And I wanted, well, actually I didn't think of it that way, but yeah, I think it is good to have more, a video or so more than my channel, because there was too much, and too much was suspicious. Really. So anyway, I did not say I wasn't going to talk about that. Are you going to really do that? Did you see that? You did not see that. They come from, okay, it cut me off. But yeah, it ran through from the street perpendicular. Okay, so way on the other side of that 6 lanes, it went all the way, that person drove 6 lanes across. Okay, I'm having a coughing fit, but 6 lanes across to get in front of me. Okay, there was nobody in any of those other 5 lanes, but to keep going until they were in front of me. Whoa, that's Narcissismville. Yep. I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep giving examples. I mean, it's not like I'm not going to see one. I mean, I'm the type that never says never. That's cute, huh? But I don't usually, well, I say it lately more and more, but I used to always say often, many, like that. And I got to get a control of myself with that. But really, pretty much every time that I go out, there's going to be something when somebody pretty much gives good reason for me to call it Narcissismville. It really, like that one. But you didn't see it. See, I have have it to where you're not seeing the road, and maybe it won't bounce around this time, but anyway. But yeah, it pretty much, I've had them do that, and I mean, just like that, but they, before, and I had it, I don't know which video it was on, but I had it on video, because I was talking, doing like this, and they went from this lane, all the way to cross 2, and then into a turning lane. So, in front of cars that were, it's 40 miles per hour there, and we were traveling the speed limit. It was like, whoa, some people are, oh my goodness. They were lucky. None of us hit them. Seriously. They were very lucky. But, this is one reason I don't feel comfortable anymore driving on the highway. And I really haven't. I've driven on the highway, but I really haven't felt comfortable for many years. And I've seen some of the things I've seen. And I used to do road trips. I have been to many places. Road tripping. Road tripping, that sounds funny. But you know what I mean. Okay, we go to this place every once in a while. Now, we had stopped for a while, but I think they changed people. Well, they did change. People worked there. But we had a problem with them. One time, I went around the corner and said, wait, and I had to go back and say, you left something out. And there was a woman in there, she was older than I, and she said, I'm glad you came back because they gave you the display. It had been sitting out there for a while. They gave us a coupon. But after that, we hardly went, but now we're going again. Because we can buy like a half a pound and a half a pound, and then a half chicken. Adam likes the half chicken. And it lasts us three days. So, and that's the max I'll let anything last is 3 days. So, and I told him when I left, I said, I'm going to start doing that. You know, get things that last us 3 days, like a box of chicken. It does. It lasts us 3 days. So, but anyway, another funny thing about this, no matter when it was, well, I guess it started maybe a year or so ago. When I'm at the drive-through window, at the end of it, they'll say, okay, something like, okay, thank you, babe. And I'm like, that is my pet peeve. When I was in a group of people back in 1990 plus, I said, I don't like being called babe. And it was text now, in text, not text like you think these days. Online chats, and so in text. And so it became a big thing. She hates being called babe. And I do. I don't like it. Babe, honey, sugar. Don't call me that. And sometimes these are, I guess maybe they were told to. I don't know. Because it's rather consistent no matter who it is. And it's like somebody that's practically young enough to be my grandchild. Okay? Calling me honey or babe. I just don't like it at all. Really, any of those. Okay, I had to let the student driver go by. The guy was actually out of it. The coach, I guess, was actually out of it. The vehicle, I guess, picking up glass or something. I don't know. And I decided to back up a little bit because they were like in the middle of the lane. Anyway, that's where they teach them how to parallel park, it seems. Or maybe that's where they leave it. I don't know. But I've seen them parallel parking, so I guess that's what it is, because that's what it's set up for. It's parallel parking. Real life happens in the old video. Okay. Anyway, as some of you know, I am Texan, born and raised. I was raised in like the toughest and the roughest place in Texas. And when I was 16, I had actually worked before that, but I started working when I was 16 full time. Wait, 16? I was full time. Yeah. No? Yeah. I can't remember. Part time. But in the summer and vacations, holidays and stuff, full time. And I was basically, Adam called it flipping burgers. Okay, but it wasn't just flipping burgers. We actually, as time went on, they got actually added it to, before it was a pickup, just pickup orders, no place to sit and eat. I think they may have had one bench outside. But sometimes people drove up and just ate in their cars, and that kind of thing. But think about when you go through the country. I don't know if it's like that where you live, but you can go through the country and there's going to be a little, like, it's practically like a hut, you know, but a restaurant out in the middle of nowhere. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't really out. Well, it was where it was located, but the city, a large town, small city, was like a mile away or so. So it was on the outskirts of town. And we cooked all kinds of things, you know. But I can tell you one thing: I had never ever heard any of us, not a single one of us that worked there, ever call a customer honey, babe, sugar, anything like that. No, it's just inappropriate. And I know that some people think it's a Southern thing. Y'all need to get over that crap. But you know, because some of them don't mean it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm saying. But yeah, you know, I really haven't in my life heard too many people do that. I remember being with one of my friends one time we went to a restaurant, and the woman called her honey. And this was she's a woman who really wasn't one to speak out like me. And I don't know what was going on with her that day, but she told him, "Do not call me honey." And it was a woman. "I am not your honey." I was like, way to go. Thumbs up. Seriously. Now, of course, I can take a serious side to that. It's inappropriate. No matter who you do it to, male or female, it's inappropriate. Okay, social behavioral scientist here. Yeah, it is. But there have been some kind of, you know, like little funny things that happen. And there was one of them that was working at that place. I think she no longer works there. And she called me honey. So when I got up there, and I think it was either or when I got up there, I said, "Well, thank you, sugar." And she looked at me. I think at that moment, in my view, she caught what it felt like. And I was just grinning. This was before I wore face covering. So I was grinning, and she kind of did because of my grin, but then I think she caught herself. And that's a good way to me, is to put them in your shoes. If they haven't even thought about it, put them in your shoes. Now, what is this? Come on, people. All of a sudden, alrighty. I'm gonna stay in this lane. Stay in this lane. So stay in your lane, stay in this lane. Okay, I guess that must have been something with the sewage or something. I don't know. But there was an odor in the air. Yeah. But anyway, you didn't need to know that. I don't think you did. Anyway, it's just, I'm doing drive vlogs along with whatever topic I'm talking about these days. I've done it before, but not this much. That's kind of weird. Okie dokie. What's going on? Yes. Anyway, I guess I'm going into the new edition. I don't think it's the same, but anyway. Anyway, today I got barbecue. Yep, Texan stereotype. Yeah, I'm getting to where these stereotypes, I'm finding them funny, but I don't like them. Like every Texan is wears a cowboy hat, cowboy boots. I don't own either one, never have. Rodeo belt buckles, certainly don't have that. And Western wear, I don't even wear jeans, people. And I'm not alone in this. It's rare to see. I'll talk to you on this being like, oh, I said that it's rare to see. I'm surrounded by farms, yes, and ranches, yes. I still don't see all that, but. And the reason I am is because I chose to be on the excerpts, in the excerpts. So, yeah, still rare. And it is. Don't stereotype people and all of this stuff. Some of the people, they will stereotype Texans in the way that they're rough and tough. And I just said, I grew up in rough and tough. But it's like they want to align themselves with them. And they're not Texans, by the way. They're not even living here in Texas. But they want you know, I guess they gain strength from it, maybe. Something. Really, seriously. You got a fantasy world going up there. Anyway, I'll talk to you on another video.